Hi guys, welcome back. It's LSP. It's currently the 11th of September 2019. Time is 9:15 a.m. GMT time. It's just a quick update on the EURJPY study that we're doing. Obviously, for now, until something happens in terms of price movement, that's significant enough for us to notice. We'll say it like that. You're gonna see pretty much the same weekly chart. Now, obviously, we still have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to go, so this weekly candle can change. What would be nice, and what I'm hoping to see, is the candle rejected nicely, so have a nice little tail behind, something similar to this. Showing us an indication that it indeed wants to go lower. Now, it's a little bit tricky because when you're looking at price like this, excuse me, and you have this idea in mind, down here, and you believe, based on all the analysis that you're doing, that price, is going down to 140 and 85. It's very easy to get caught up in the idea that it's popped up a couple of times, a couple of weeks it's been kind of grinding higher. Could have taken along. I'm missing on an opportunity, and so on and so on and so on. The whole reason for this exercise, and the reason why I wanted to just track one pair on the forum thread, is because it allows you to watch slowly and calmly, in a very controlled manner, how price is grinding, and moving around. Yeah, and then obviously I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. Besides the fact that it teaches patience, obviously, as I mentioned in the previous post, and kind of keeps you grounded, trade quality goes up and everything else. What it also does is it makes movement that is pronounced obvious. Yeah. So if we're continuing to watch this and it's grinding and it's grinding and it's not really doing anything, it's kind of moving just slowly, maybe next week we get a little bit more movement, a week after it sort of grinds lower, and it's just very lethargic, very sort of muted, and then all of a sudden, bang, yeah, it's really pronounced. It's really in your face. It's something that you can't see it and not recognize that something's just happened on the chart. Now, you'd be surprised. You'd be very surprised when you watch something. Let's say your trading universe is the Euro USD, cable, EURJPY, and UJ, for example. Yeah. Maybe a few others, whatever, and you're cycling through them and you're looking for something, interesting, and you're not really watching price. You're kind of watching the indicators or some sort of trend line, or some supply and demand idea, or whatever the case may be, but you're not specifically watching price. You're not looking for that manipulation. You're not looking for that stop run. You're not looking for that excuse me, that confirmation that price is going in the direction you're expecting, or you're looking for that one thing that says, yep, now it's shifted and going back down. Yeah, in this case, when you're not looking for that and it happens, it kind of just passes you by, unless you see something like this, these crazy days, or crazy weeks, whatever. Generally, when you see a nice little pop on one of these other pairs that you're kind of monitoring, and you see them every day and you kind of cycle through them every day, you don't notice it as much. But when you're really focused on one pair, like we're doing here, here with the EURJPY, it's different, because we're looking at this chart and nothing's happening, really. Yeah, when we started doing this, it hasn't changed since, really. I mean, the chart kind of looks the same. We can have some ideas and some kind of potential setups, and what we're kind of looking for in terms of confirmation that 114.85 is still in play. But it doesn't change the fact that nothing's happening. So when it finally does happen, that's when you notice it more. To give you an idea, and we're not going to stay on this too long, but to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, over on the Patreon page, I had, it's just easier to see on the monthly, I had this level noted down here for ages. Yeah, ages and ages, 1985, and when I was doing the look ahead, because I do analysis over the weekend and I post it to the page and people watch it, right? And while I was doing this analysis, price was kind of grinding higher, grinding higher, and I had this level noted while all of this was happening as well. So you can imagine, look, we're talking like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. Sorry, 8 weeks. I mean, that's a long time. That's 2 months. Yeah. You know, price is grinding lower, and as it got here, I was like, yep. You know, we're very close to this liquidity pool now down here. It's very likely it's going to take out these equal lows and so on and so on. And obviously it didn't. It started to grind higher. And I was saying, I want to see price. First of all, I was saying that pound currency itself is pretty much on its own page. It was kind of doing whatever it wanted to do, you know, while euro was still, you know, maintaining its correlation with the dollar and so on and so on. But this was just kind of doing its own thing. And as it was moving around, you know, we just kind of brushed past it. Yeah, I was saying, yep, that's fine. I still believe the 119.85 is in play. We just got to be patient, got to wait. Now, as time is going by and each week is going by, obviously we had this really nice week here. You know, it spikes down there, it takes out the 119.85, and then it's continued to grind higher. Okay, it's not necessarily, what I'm trying to get across is, it's not necessarily that it did it. That's not what I mean, or the way in which it did it. I'm trying to illustrate the time that it took to get down there. Okay, these are weekly candles. They take a long time to form, especially when you're watching paint dry. But having said that, still doesn't change the fact that when you watch price like this and you do get, sorry, I'll go back to pound, you do get that nice movement down, you notice it more. Yeah. So if we go to the daily, just to give you an idea, that was the day that it did it. So we had a really nice push lower, and as it starts to push lower for that particular week, this candle, you know, that was the day where we're like, okay, look, we're very close to this previous day's low, we're very close to these lows down here, and we're very close to this 119.85. Now I'm going to start paying attention. I'm going to take a solid trade that's based on logic, that's based on, you know, patience. I've been waiting for it. Confirmation is there. Everything's looking great, and then off you go. Yeah. Now, if you only have, and this is not the case, but if you only had one trade every 8 weeks, okay, or every couple of months, it doesn't seem like a big deal. I mean, that's like, you know, that's a long time to be waiting for trades. But although I know most people don't trade this way, I don't trade this way. But if you waited, you know, 2 to 3 months for one trade, and let's say you're getting 4 to 5 trades, maybe 6 trades a year, yeah, you know, but you know that those trades are absolutely, you know, perfect trades, good quality. You're talking about 95 to 97% hitters. Yeah, you're pretty much, not guaranteed, but you're pretty much 95 to 97%. It's going to go down there, and it's going to, you know, it's going to take out the liquidity pool in this example. You know, and you've got a nice little range to play with, you know, on the open. Of around about 70 pips or so, and let's say you capture a nice modest 30 to 40 pips, right? You know, per trade. You know, out of 5 trades, you get 4 winners, 40 pips a pop. Okay, so there's your, what we're talking, 160 pips. You know, and you take one loser or one loss for say 30 pips. Excuse me. So you're in for 130 pips. 130 pips for that whole year. Okay. And again, just to really clarify, I don't trade this way. I know I'm a lot more active in the marketplace, but it's just to illustrate that patience factor, okay, and the quality of the trade setup. You know, if you're in for 130 pips for the whole year, okay, your equity curve looks great. You know, your account's growing, yeah, trades are solid, and those 130 pips can mean anything. You know, it can be £130, it can be £1,300, it can be £13,000, yeah. You know, or dollars if you're using a dollar account, or euros if you're using a euro account. So that's my point. Time, quality, yeah, patience. You know, these qualities are needed. You know, and when you have them and you allow trades to unfold in this way, it makes everything much stronger in terms of trade setup. Yeah. So again, we're gonna kind of just let EURJPY do its thing. You know, it's had its couple of weeks up so far. We still do have today, tomorrow, and Friday. Okay, so we've got 3 more days this week. There are some things in terms of news releases that could affect the price. We might get a little bit of movement, but so far we're just going to have to kind of wait and see, or wait for that moment, when price either spikes up there to take some liquidity and maybe rebalances, or grinds lower and takes out the low here and starts to grind lower. So we'll see. What I'm going to do, actually, now that I've just spotted it, I'm going to make a note of this candle down here on the daily, and I'm going to change the color to we'll pick this one here, Gainsborough. It's fine. If price does come down, which is what I'm expecting, I want to see it get past this point convincingly. Okay, we'll see how price reacts here. I'll just make a note of it now, and then we'll see how price reacts. Let's just extend these a little bit. All right, may as well do that one now. And that's that. All right, guys. So again, we'll continue to monitor these things. We'll see how it goes, and obviously I'll have another update for you maybe later this evening. If not, maybe tomorrow morning or tomorrow evening. And if something significant happens in between, then I'll let you guys know. All right, take care, and I'll speak to you soon.